It's the penultimate game week of the Premier League season. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today, welcome to my game week 37 Premier League predictions. We are now just 1 week away from the end of the 2022-2023 Premier League season. It's a big weekend of football. I think a few teams could go down. Manchester City could win the league. Newcastle could confirm Champions League. It's a big week of Premier League football. A big weekend, I should say. So yeah, let's get in to the game week 37 Premier League predictions. Alright then, and the first game comes from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it is Tottenham versus Brentford. 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. Yeah, it's a big game for us. Of course, we did lose 2-1 against Aston Villa last week, and Brentford got a really big win against West Ham last week. But of course, you know, I'm sure you've seen the news that Ivan Toney has been banned for 8 months after a lot of betting breaches. Yeah, basically, you know, footballers can't bet. Cause I don't know what the rule is, but Ivan Toney has been betting and has been banned for 8 months. Eight months. That is bit too far, I would say. 8 months. 8. Mate, if I got banned for 8 months, I would be livid. I generally would be livid. But yeah, so thank God Tony's not playing tomorrow. But Brentford has still got some good players in their side. Brian Mbeumo, Johan Wissa. They've got good players in their team, but we've got to win this game. You know, Brighton slipped up last night against Newcastle, which was good. So we really need to win this game. And for me, I think if we lose this game, I think Europe's gone. I can't see us getting Europe. Because of course next week is the last game of the season against Leeds, and you know, if relegation stays how it is, Leeds will be more up for it than us. So we've got to win this game. And for me, I think we will win this game. It'll be a close one. Yeah, it's the final home game of the season. We've got to win. So I think we'll win. It's going to be Tottenham 2, Brentford 1, 2-1 Tottenham. Sorry about that. But yeah, the next game now is Bournemouth versus Manchester United at the Vitality Stadium, and Bournemouth are actually safe. So congratulations to Bournemouth, and what a job Gary O'Neill has done recently. He's done a fantastic job, you know, beating Liverpool, Tottenham. They've got some brilliant results, you know, Bournemouth, and for me, this is including myself, everybody said Bournemouth would go down, and Bournemouth have proven everybody wrong. So well done to Bournemouth. But it's a tough game against Manchester United. Manchester United need a win. They need a win to keep their top 4 hopes alive. Man United have got 3 games left of the season because, of course, they've got a rescheduled game. And Man United, this is actually their last away game of the season. Their final 2 games of the season are both at home. And they've got Chelsea at home. Then, of course, they've got Fulham on the final day. And, of course, they've got Fulham on the final day. But for me, I think Man United will win. But don't underestimate Bournemouth. They're a good team. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Okay then, and the next game, it is Fulham versus Crystal Palace. It's another London derby. In the Premier League. And you know, for me, I think this could be a decent game. You know, Fulham and Palace are 2 decent teams. Of course, Mitrovic still isn't back yet. Oh, jeez Christ. The thing just fell. Yeah, I'll put that there instead. But yeah, Mitrovic still isn't back yet. I actually don't know when he's back. But yeah, for me, you know, Crystal Palace, you know, they've done decent under Roy Hodgson. I know Recently, it's been a bit up and down. You know, they drew 0-0 to Everton. They lost to Wolves. They beat West Ham. They lost to us. They beat Bournemouth. God knows what's going to happen in this game tomorrow, I should say, against Fulham. But Fulham, you know, they've got nothing to play for. Fulham won't be getting Europe this season. Well, Palace are safe, so well done to them. So, bit of a mid-table game. This is nothing to play for either team. So prediction for me, I think Palace will win this one. Fulham. Well, what was Fulham's last game? Fulham have won their last two, but they have played Leicester and Southampton. They have played Leicester and Southampton. To be fair, you know, Fulham. You know, Palace are a good team. And then they got Man United. Fulham's, yeah. Anyway, for me, Palace are going to win. It's going to be 3-1 to Crystal Palace. Okay, and the next game, it is a massive game in the European race. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Big game for both teams. Liverpool are chasing for a Champions League place. Aston Villa are chasing for a Conference League. Well, they're just chasing for a European place. They won't get top 4, obviously, but they're just chasing for either 7th, 6th, or probably 7th or 6th. They won't get 5th, will they? But yeah, it's a massive game. You know, it's Roberto Firmino's last home game at Anfield. Of course, Roberto Firmino is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season, so this is his last home game, and I'm sure Anfield is going to be rocking, and you know there'll probably be maybe a tifo maybe for him. I don't know, and you know, but Liverpool won against Leicester, and you know Liverpool, you know. By the way, what a goal from Trent Alexander-Arnold. They were absolutely... That goal was just fantastic. You know, Liverpool were just really good on the night. Liverpool haven't lost since the 1st of April, so they've been doing really well recently. Villa, of course, you know, big win for them last week. Villa had to win that game. You know, their last 2 games haven't been great. Well, to be fair, their last 4 games haven't been great. You know, drawing to Brentford, scrappy win against Fulham, losing to Manchester United and Wolves. If Villa would have lost that game, probably Europe would have been all over for them. But they had to win that game, and they did. But Villa, you know, they've got 2 remaining games, 2 very tough remaining games, I should say. Of course, they've got Liverpool tomorrow, and then, of course, they're at home to Brighton on the final day of the season. So, Villa probably need to Villa cannot afford a defeat here, nor can Liverpool, to be honest. It's a big game. It's a big game because both teams are fighting out for European places. But yeah, for me, it's at Anfield, so I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. I'm going to go Liverpool 3, Aston Villa 1, 3-1 Liverpool. Okay then, and the next game we head from the European race to a massive game down at the bottom. It's Wolves against Everton. Big game. Wolves, of course, they are safe, but for Everton, they are not safe. Everton, it is their second to last game of the season. If they lose this game, if they lose this game, Everton, their survival bid will go down to the final day. And of course, Everton are at home to Bournemouth on the final day of the season. It's big. It's a big game for Everton. They've got to win this game. Of course, Everton, last time out, 3-0 loss to Manchester City. Well, that was kind of expected because it is Manchester City, for God's sake. But on the 8th of May, they beat Brighton 5-1. For me, for Everton, it is a winnable game. But for me, it is a winnable game for Everton. But Wolves are really good at home. I think they've won I think Wolves have won the last 5 or 6 in a row. So I'm sorry, Everton fans. I'm going to go home advantage. Wolves 3, Everton 0, 3-0 to Wolves. Excuse me. Okay then, and the next game is Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Big game at both ends of the table. Big game for Forest. It's a big game for Forest. Wait, can Forest stay up? Wait. I actually think they can. I think Forest can actually confirm safety this weekend, actually. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, You know, it's a big game down in the bottom. Forest, like I said, I think if they win, I think if Forest win, I think they're safe. Depending on the other results, obviously. But yeah, Forest, their last game, they drew 2-2 at Chelsea. Good result, considering Forest are really poor away. So that's kind of a good result. But Arsenal, Arsenal, what went wrong against Brighton? Arsenal had to win that game, and they didn't. And for me, it's all over. I know Arsenal can still mathematically win the league, but it's over. It's Arsenal just seem not, because I remember Arsenal had to beat Brighton to get into the top four or something, and Arsenal lost to Brighton, and Arsenal had to beat Brighton to stay in the title race, and Arsenal lost to Brighton. Honestly, Arsenal do not like playing Brighton in big games in near the end of the season. They do not like playing Brighton. But yeah, honestly, you know, disappointing for Arsenal. And like I said, they can still mathematically win the league, but will they win the league? No, because I can't see City losing to Chelsea. But yeah, for me, I think Arsenal will win. There's nothing to play for now for Arsenal. Their season's finished. They've got nothing to play for. Forest, they'll be up for it. They want to stay up. But Arsenal, I think they'll win. 3-0 Arsenal. Okay then, and we now move on to Super Sunday, and the first game is West Ham versus Leeds. And wow, what a night last night was for West Ham in Alkmaar. Many congratulations. West Ham are through to the Europa Conference League final on the 7th of June. They will be playing Fiorentina in the final, so many congratulations to West Ham on getting to the final. But come on, Fiorentina. Please win the final, because of course I'm a Spurs fan and I hate West Ham. But yeah, you know, West Ham, I think West Ham are safe. So I don't think they can go down, but it's a big game for Leeds. And Leeds, you know, they've probably got to win this game because they've got a massive game next week against Tottenham. You know, it'll be a tough game for Leeds, but, you know, 2 tough games against 2 London. Leeds have got 2 games to go against 2 London clubs. And, you know, Leeds have got to put 100% in both. Even if Leeds win this game and other results go their way, they've still got to put in 100% effort in the game against Tottenham, because Leeds, yeah, relegation for them will probably go down to the final day. But West Ham, you know, like I said, you know, just a fantastic night for them last night, through to the Conference League final. Just did amazing. But yeah, prediction, I think West Ham will win. I'm sorry, Leeds. I'm going to go 3-0 to West Ham. But come on, Leeds. Anyway, the next game is Brighton versus Southampton. And of course, for Southampton, their relegation was confirmed last week. Southampton will be playing in the Championship next season. The Southampton, their 11-year stay in the Premier League is over. They will be playing in the They will be going to Ipswich, Plymouth, Millwall, Blackburn, West Brom, Cardiff, Rotherham, Bristol City. You know, they will be going to those clubs next year. And Southampton, you know, it's been a poor season for them. I don't think the players will really care anymore. They are going to finish bottom. Southampton, their season's done. It really is done. For me, Brighton, they will easily win this game. So I'm going to go 3-0 Brighton. Okay, then, and the next game is Manchester City versus Chelsea. And, you know, wow. What a night on Wednesday for Manchester City. 4-0 against Real Madrid. What a result that is. 2 goals for Bernardo Silva, Akanji and Alvarez scoring, and Manchester City are going to the Champions League final. Well done to them. They will be playing Inter Milan at the Atatürk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul. So you know what, just fair play to Man City. And for me, in both legs against Real Madrid, I thought they were brilliant. But for the whole game again in the second leg of the Etihad. Manchester City were absolutely fantastic. You know, Man City, for me, will they do the treble? I think they will. I think they beat Chelsea. I think they win the FA Cup, and I generally think they beat Inter in the final. So, Chelsea, nothing to play for. City, of course, City. By the way, guys, if Manchester City win this game, it doesn't matter what Arsenal do. If Manchester City win this game, they will be crowned Premier League champions for the third year in a row. And yeah, I'm getting straight into it. 4-0 Man City. Man City will be crowned Premier League champions this weekend. Okay then, and the next game is Newcastle versus Leicester. Big game. Leicester could actually get relegated this weekend. I saw it earlier, but I can't remember. But Leicester can actually get relegated this weekend if the results do not go their way. But Newcastle, it's a big game for them because they got a big win last night against Brighton, 4-1 winners. Undav own goal, Dan Burn, Callum Wilson and Bruno Guimaraes with the goals for Newcastle. But if Newcastle win this game, Newcastle will be playing Champions League football next season. And well, they haven't been in the Champions League since 2001. And Newcastle, consider where they were 2 years ago. They were in the mud. They were terrible. They nearly got relegated. And now they are 90 minutes away from Champions League football. And for me, I think Newcastle deserve it. And man, that's just going to be mad. Seeing teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Napoli, Red Star Belgrade if they get into the group stages. Yeah, Newcastle, I think they'll win this one 5-0. It's going to be 5-0 to Newcastle. I'm sorry, Leicester, but you've got no chance. Okay, and we got 2 rescheduled games. The first one is Brighton versus Manchester City. If Man City don't beat Chelsea, they could win the league in this game, in their game in hand against Brighton. Big game. Brighton, they've got to win to keep Europe alive. Man City, of course, if they don't beat Chelsea and Arsenal win, City could win the league at the Amex. But City, I think they'll win it anyway. They're too good. It's going to be 3-1 to Manchester City. And, of course, the final game is another rescheduled game. Manchester United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. Big game for Manchester United in the top 4 race. Chelsea, their season's finished. So Man United, can Man United, I swear, wait, so if Liverpool win their game, so Liverpool's 65, 68, so, yeah, Man United win, 66, 69, 72. Yeah, I think can Man United confirm top 4? I don't think they can. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to get into it. Prediction, 3-0 Man United. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for the final day and the final game week predictions of the 22-23 Premier League season. Goodbye.